military force outside of Russian territory. And this set the stage for further pretexts of further provocations by Russia to try to justify further military action. None of us should be fooled. None of us will be fooled. There is no justification. Further Russian assault in Ukraine remains a severe threat in the days ahead. And if Russia proceeds, it is Russia and Russia alone that bears the responsibility. As we respond, my administration is using every tool at our disposal to protect American businesses and consumers from rising prices at the pump. As I said last week, defending freedom will have costs for us as well and here at home. We need to be honest about that. But as we do this, I'm going to take robust action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at the Russian economy, not ours. We're closely monitoring energy supplies for any disruption. We're executing a plan in coordination with major oil-producing consumers and producers toward a collective investment to secure stability in global energy supplies. This will blunt gas prices. I want to limit the pain to the American people are feeling at the gas pump. This is critical to me. In the last few days, I've been in constant contact with European leaders, including with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Vice President Harris met in person with the leaders in Germany over the weekend at the Munich conference, including President Zelensky. At every step, we have shown the United States and our allies and partners are working in unison, which he hasn't been counting on, Mr. Putin. We're united in our support of Ukraine. We are united in our opposition to Russian aggression. And we're united in our resolve to defend our NATO alliance. And we're united in our understanding of the urgency and seriousness of the threat Russia is making to global peace and stability. Yesterday, the world heard clearly the full extent of Vladimir Putin's twisted history, going back more than a century.
It's all propaganda.
Eloquently, noting that, well, I'm not going to go into it, but nothing in Putin's lengthy remarks indicate any interest in pursuing real dialogue on European security in the year 2022. He directly attacked Ukraine's right to exist. He indirectly threatened territory formerly held by Russia, including nations that today are thriving democracies and members of NATO. He explicitly threatened war unless his extreme demands were met. And there is no question that Russia is the aggressor. So we're clear-eyed about the challenges we're facing. Nonetheless, there is still time to avert the worst-case scenario that will bring untold suffering to millions of people if they move as suggested. The United States and our allies and partners remain open to diplomacy if it is serious. When all is said and done, we're going to judge Russia by its actions, not its words. And whatever Russia does next, we're ready to respond with unity, clarity, and conviction. We'll probably have more to say about this as it moves on. I'm hoping diplomacy is still available. Thank you all very much.
Are you still open to meeting with Vladimir Putin, sir?
Wow, that was shit. We wait for that for how long? I guess I can't turn it now. Yeah, sorry everybody. That's typical Joe Biden. You know, it's funny when you look up Joe Biden and canceled meetings or delayed meetings. You'll find it just runs almost every month, multiple times every month. He never answers questions. He can't do the most monumental thing. He didn't present anything. Oh, we're open to diplomacy. We're open to this. USA, everybody, can't declare war on Russia. USA is wrong in this. Russia's part of the European Union, and Joe Biden just shows the whole world how inept, how incompetent, and just how full of shit they are in their presidency. This is a fundamental flaw of the United States. We see it with Republican or Democrat alike. The first to pursue this narrative with Ukraine was actually George H. Bush. Joe Biden is picking that up in his hand but then he can't deliver. And you can clearly see in this press release, nothing of any substance was presented at all. Russia is going to take the Donbass, both subregions. That's the reality, everybody. I could have, I've been talking about it for a long time. It is Putin's legal right. That's reality in real international law. Now, Joe Biden says, we're going to follow international law. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But what is he really going to do? The answer is nothing. That's the video. It's pathetic. It's exactly what I said it was going to be. Ukraine has one chance. It's called the Minsk Agreements, which has nothing to do with NATO, everybody. Nothing to do with the United States of America, and absolutely 100% zero to do with one Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. He has grossly violated international law himself. He made it a point to go around Canada, collect all the assault rifles in a very small caliber called the 5.62 millimeter. What he did with those from law-abiding legal gun owners over the age of 18 in Canada is take those guns, turn around, send them to places like Ukraine for the number one stop, with the kits to allow them to become fully automatic machine guns. He did that. We watched a live video of those guns, many from Canada, many seized from legal gun owners, turned into full automatic machine guns and handed to children, boys under the age of 15. You can clearly see the New York Times goes live to show a young boy handling and using a fully automatic assault rifle turned into a machine gun that was safely in Canadians' hands, legally obtained, and was not fully automatic. This is the sad state of affairs we find ourselves in. President Joe Biden follows one Justin Trudeau. The worst kind of advice in a free republic like the United States with a constitution that's protected by the Supreme Court. It's pathetic. It's horrible. This is what you get. All fluff, no substance. USA will not be going to war with Russia. USA will not be giving up their world powers. None of the five ever will. They would never want to do that. And you should all be thankful. Because of that, there can never be an NWO. That's my video. As I promised for many months, I foretold all of this would be coming. I've talked about Donbass, the two subregions. And now, as I said, leading up to my birthday, you see the false flag from the West about it being the day of war. It was not. We see that now today, as of midnight last night, but it was today Russian time, the end of the Olympic 16-day truce is over. Russia's made its move in only Donbass in peacekeeping, and it's only to force Ukraine to come back to the table in the European Union stated need for them to follow the Minsk agreements. Remember, everybody, there are no human rights, none whatsoever, crafted by that building right there, the White House, Washington. Those laws crafted in Washington, in the UN, from San Francisco back in the day all the way to New York. USA, the White House, Washington, the foreign ambassadors cemented those laws, presidents signed them off, and the world became a way better place. You don't get to pick and choose those laws. You don't get to say yay and then tomorrow it's a nay. There are limits to executive powers of the president. This is the reality today. We see that all his fluff, all his rhetoric ended up to be absolutely nothing. Thanks. That's my video. Bye now.